the BuzzFeed page the other day and I came across a quiz called How British Are You? And instead of doing the quiz right there and then, I thought it would be fun to do it with you guys and see if I really am British. Now, I think I am quite British. I apologise way too much and I avoid making eye contact with anyone when I'm on the bus. So, we'll see what they think. So the first question is, you're about to go on holiday, it's 7 AM and you're sat in the departure lounge. What do you drink? And then they've got a few options. First option, a cup of Earl Grey. Definitely not. I despise tea. A cup of Builder's Breakfast. Definitely not. I despise tea. A cup of coffee. Definitely not. I despise coffee. A pint. You're on holiday after all. I wouldn't drink a pint, maybe a nice cocktail. Or a glass of OJ, otherwise known as orange juice. Well, I would actually drink water, but that's not an option, so the closest thing is a glass of OJ, although we never call it OJ over here. Next question. The hairdresser holds up their mirror. You hate your new haircut, what do you do? Politely ask them if they could maybe make it more like what you had in mind. Definitely not. I would never ever go through the embarrassment of complaining. Call in sick at work for a few days to ensure minimum embarrassment. This sounds exactly like something I would do. Tell them it's great and then go and get it fixed at a place around the corner. I would probably do that as well, but knowing the place around the corner would make it just as bad. Tell them exactly what you think and refuse to pay. No, never. I would never do that. Smile and nod before tipping them. I probably wouldn't tip them, to be honest. So I'm definitely going to say call in sick at work for a few days to ensure minimum embarrassment. You're introduced to a new colleague but you don't quite catch their name. How do you react? Ask them to repeat their name. I would probably ask them to repeat their name once and then if I don't get it again, I would never call them by their name. Avoid using their name at all costs by calling them mate and hey you. I would probably do that. Guess their name. I wouldn't risk guessing their name. Ignore them forever. That sounds like something I would also do. Make up false stories about them so that they lose their job. No, I'm not that cruel. I would probably say avoid using their names at all costs by calling them mate and hey you. Can I just say, I worked with someone who didn't know my name. She used to call me Joe. I have no idea where she got the name Joe from because Amy and Joe don't sound anything alike. But I was far too embarrassed to tell her that she was calling me by the wrong name. So for a year and a half I was Joe. Question number 4. When did you last have a cup of tea? You don't drink tea? That's me. In the last month, in the last week, earlier today, you're drinking one right now. I do not drink tea. It is disgusting. Question number 5. You wave at a friend in the street, but then you realise it wasn't them. Do you? This is probably the most embarrassing thing that could ever happen to any British person. Laugh it off. It's happened to everyone. No, that is not a laughing matter. Chase them down to explain what happens. No, not that. No, that's too embarrassing confronting them. Cry. Yeah, that sounds about right. Replay the moment over and over again in your mind until something even more embarrassing happens. Yeah, that sounds a lot like something I would do, or have a drink. I'm going to say replay the moment over and over again until something even more embarrassing happens. You and your partner are both adamant that each other eats the last hobnob. How do you resolve the situation? Well, I don't have a partner, and this is why. I get to eat all the hobnobs I want. Split it in 2. No. You don't get to savour the hobnob if it's only half a hobnob. Do what they say and eat it. I'd probably do that, to be honest. I don't care. I'm not sharing my last hobnob. Open another packet so you can both have one. What if you've got another packet? That one would already be open. I eat a lot of hobnobs, okay? Argue about it and break up. I mean, I wouldn't say that wouldn't happen. I mean, breaking up over a hobnob, you know, I think people would understand. What's a hobnob? If you don't know what a hobnob is, then you're not British, okay? I would say, do what they say and eat it. If they say I can have a hobnob, I'm having a hobnob. Someone knocks into you at the bar and spills their beer on you. You get angry? Probably not. Offer to buy them a replacement. Yeah, I would probably do that. Say sorry, it was probably your fault anyway. Yeah. Pretend that nothing happened. Try to make a joke out of it and become their friend. I would probably say sorry. I'd apologise for being in their drink's way and getting it all over myself. I would say sorry to them for them knocking their drink on me. Your flat is freezing cold, but it's too early in the year to put your heating on. What do? Put on a record equaling 6th jumper. Put the heating on, who cares if it's August. Sit there stubbornly whilst moaning about how cold it is, make a cup of tea, go to the pub. I'd probably put on a 6th jumper. You've got to save your energy bills, you know, because in the winter it gets so cold that basically all your life savings goes on to heating the house. So for as long as you can, and for as many as you can put on, the jumper is always the option. Are England going to win the World Cup? Yes. With a bit of luck and a fair wind, they could make the final, then it's anyone's. Wishful thinking. They'll lose the quarterfinals on penalties, probably not, but let's give the boys our full support. They've got as much chance of winning in Brazil as Scotland do. Definitely, there's no hope in hell of us ever winning the World Cup. You're sat in the window seat of a plane and need to use the loo, but the person in the aisle seat is asleep. What do? Oh, this is just bringing memories of my flight to Florida. This is exactly what happened. Gently wake them up and ask them if they can let you out. No. Do not wake up a sleeping passenger. They will hate you forever. Risk lasting internal damage by refusing to say anything. Yeah, probably. Cough louder and louder until they wake up. No, but that is a good tactic that I have used quite often. Try to squeeze past them without waking them up, but they do, just as it looks like you're trying to sit on their lap. That's also happened to me and I've learnt from my mistakes and I would never do it again. Loo? Question mark. If you don't know what a loo is, it's a toilet. I would definitely risk lasting internal damage by refusing to say anything. And the final question is, you've started to bump into a new colleague on the train to work every morning, so you change your commute. Yes. Because you run out of conversations after the first time. You can't ask what they've been up to over the weekend on a Tuesday when you ask them that on a Monday. Seriously. And the other go-to question is, what's the weather like? But you can see out the window. Arrive at work half an hour early, so to avoid necessities. Yeah, but with trains, you know, there's probably going to be a delay, so you have to get on the second train with them anyway. Talk to them, it's nice to be nice. No. Ignore them forever. You could do that, but then, you know, you don't want a bit of workplace tension. Pretend to be asleep. Most of the time you have to stand up on a train and you're basically sandwiched against the gap between the toilet and the door letting you into carriages, so you can't fake standing up sleeping that easily. So I'm definitely going to say change your commute. If you gotta cycle, you gotta cycle. Here's my result. I am as British as Stephen Fry walking a corgi outside Buckingham Palace. Wow. I've never felt so patriotic in my life. Apparently I'm awkward, easily embarrassed, sickeningly polite, and I am as British as they come. So that is something to be proud of. Anyway guys, if you enjoyed this little quiz and me finding out that I am in fact British, just as I thought, then let me know in the comments. There are plenty more BuzzFeed quizzes and I actually really enjoy doing them. Is that weird? I just spend hours sometimes just doing random quizzes. And I'll leave this quiz in my description and I want you guys to take the quiz and tell me what you guys got. No matter if you're from America, you may be British at heart. You might not be born British, but you might be British at heart. And if you live in Britain, you might be American at heart. Or you might be Spanish, or German, or whatever. So let me know what you got, and I will talk to you in the comments. I will see you on Monday when I have become an adult because I'm turning 21 on Sunday. So that is something to look forward to. Anyway guys, I will see you on Monday. Bye!